Да, и ако искаш да пестиш батерия, мога да дадеш.
Mike was saying,
Няма да стигне
was saying, was saying.
I must know talking.
Follow everybody around and buy your book. You could if you
Say
want.
hi.
Hey, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
You don't see them? You see them? Oh, okay, but is there spots?
Well, there was one that made one for that. You could sit my spot.
Okay. Where?
Hey, Dolly. For freaking Brian.
The applause, please.
Yeah, Rob. Hi, how are you? Lina!
Salut Véro!
Hello! It is hard.
Yeah, well.
It is. Congratulations, Rachel! I love you, Rachel! Good Oh, God. Hopefully somebody will get look for us when they stop here. Yes, it's right when he didn't know they were going to be here. Hey, O'Connell. Congratulations. Don't laugh. I really hope I got 5 very long. He's just been sleeping. How does it feel with our good? I'm happy. Yeah. You seem very nice.
Don't get in it.
graduated a long time ago from here. And it poured rain that day.
Our teacher, Shannon, she graduated about 5 years ago and he's back again.
Oh, gotta get it. Wonderful to see you all. It's great to see you. Hello, Beth. Hi, good to see you, Terry. I'm so proud of all you guys out here. Hello.
I was graduating for the U.S. high school. The color was also green. There's something about it. It's not a coincidence. Yours was green too? The U.S. high school? It's kind of red.
I now declare Convocation open. As Chancellor of Trent University, I would like to welcome you to the Trent family. For those of you who have not been here before, we welcome you with open arms, and certainly the graduates who are here at the top of the stage will be delighted to take you around sometime and show you the digs, a place they've called home here for the last number of years. It is a wonderful day to enjoy together at Convocation. It's a time when I've always shared with my family wonderful things that not only have happened to me, but happen within the institution that I've graduated from. It's very important for you to understand that this is a great place. This is a great place to talk about, it's a great place to come to learn, it's a great place to graduate from, and it's a great place to come back and learn more. One of the things that Trent does extremely well is in the area of research, which is one of the 3 pillars of a university. The other 2, of course, being community service and teaching. Research is a very important part of Trent life. University professors do research, they teach, they do community service, but sometimes it's really important to have a little bit of time to think and write and to be able to do great things to pass on to students. And we're very fortunate here at Trent to have one very special professor who has just won a Killam Fellowship. Now, a Killam Fellowship is a fellowship that is only given to 10 people throughout the whole of Canada. And there were I think something like 80 people who had applied for it this year. So Joan Sangster, who is the current director of the Frost Centre for Canadian Studies and Native Studies, has just won this prestigious award, which will allow her, over the next 2 years, to continue her wonderful work at looking at the metamorphosis of women doing paid work since World War II. An extremely important part of Canadian history, and the thing that makes us all proud to be part of Trent. So those are the things that we are very proud of, our accomplishments during the year as well as on Convocation Day. I look at this as a day of renewal, a renewal of spirits, and for me, I always come back home re-energized about learning. When I see people come across the stage and shake everyone's hand, and today it'll be a little more careful given the little pinky here, or the little green, I guess I got my little green ribbon. It is wonderful to see the energy and life that abounds within this country of Canada, that we have so many international students who come here to learn, people who are able to interpret their knowledge from the past into the present and influence their peers and fellow students. It is an absolutely tremendous time to be a Trentonian. So I invite you to enjoy today's ceremony, learn new things, meet new people, because this is one day that we all share together and we will never live it again.
And the prophecy duly came to pass. Trent and many other universities are teaching his prize-winning fiction. Richard Wright's novels are suffused with an awareness of the passage of time, and he has certainly made the most of his time. His first novel, The Weekend Man, came out when he was at Trent, and by dint of rising at 4:30 in the mornings, he wrote the better part of a second novel in his Trent years, while also helping his wife Phyllis tend to their 2 small sons. On top of all that, he carried a full course load, and he carried it very well. In my class, anyway, it wasn't always clear who was teaching whom. After graduation, Richard began a long career as a distinguished teacher at Ridley College in St. Catharines, and he always had a novel on the go. He's published no fewer than 10 highly acclaimed novels, with more on the way, and he's moving from strength to strength. In 2001, his novel Clara Callan deservedly swept up Canada's most prestigious literary awards, including the Giller Prize and the Governor-General's Award. More recently, in living rooms all over North America, groups of women and men have been earnestly discussing the merits of adultery, his latest novel. A good characterization of his fiction comes from one of his own characters, Clara Callan. At a time of personal crisis, Clara says that a novel, if it is to be any good at all, will remind me of how truth and pain live side by side. In Richard Wright's fiction, there is a deeply sympathetic sense of how fragile our lives are, how easily the bottom can fall out of everything. Despite its acute knowledge of the sadness of things, Richard Wright's fiction does not convey a depressing view of life. His characters, who seem to be deeply lived in by their creator, share with him a brave curiosity about the world. Even in their darkest moments, his characters draw sustenance from moments of grace and wonder, from sudden glimpses into the mystery of things. On behalf of your many readers, Richard, I thank you for the nourishment, the painful truths, as well as the evocations of beauty that your generous imagination continues to give us. Madam Chancellor, I'm honored to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, Richard B. Wright.
Madam Chancellor, it is now my pleasure to offer my own personal congratulations to Dr. Wright, and I would like to invite him to the podium to speak to the graduates.
Oh, so that's why. She's German.
Christina Dahl. Ashley Dallin.
How are they going to say her name?
Chelsea Alexandra Day. Lauren Mary Deminock.
How many? Two. One, two.
Mark Denstead.
Oh, no problem. She's not even standing yet.
Prativa Dillon. Anna Elizabeth Doddridge.
Anna!
Ahmad Nadeem Dost.
What? Yeah.
Abby Shador. Yasser El Khariji. Ashley Elliott. Jessica Fawcett. Rebecca Fielders. Rakia Philippe Thick. Jennifer Kathleen Ford.
That's what I tried to do earlier.
Chelsea Fortier.
Yours seems a lot better than mine.
Kimberly Joelle Denise Gabay.
I'm not 24, I'm just seeing if I got it saved in right now.
Michelle Gallagher.
Yeah, we went to school for 2 years. 7, 8, 9.
Carly Lindsay Howard.
She signed it.
She's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this last part of Mr. Osborne.
Yep.
Computers.
Yep. I have both of their signatures.
Melissa Hubbard.
It's a really nice idea. I'm sure she's already retired.
Michael Robert Hewson.
The family, they're all like an Atlas rag. That's my family's name.
Hina Ivanova.
Often, so like my son was just awkward out of everything.
Megan was very happy that she was coming.
Yeah.
Jillian Jacobs.
He's a rooster guy. They got a practice.
Yeah.
Like when they were each other, it sounded like
Ashlyn Ostrander. Paquette. Christian Tashkov Pavlov. Sarah Jane Kilachotta.
Madam Chancellor, I would like to draw attention to the list of medal winners that appears in the Convocation programme. The Simons Medal, named in honour of founding President Thomas Simons, recognises students in the honours programme who have achieved high overall standing on graduation. May I call upon you to present the Simons Medal to Michelle Bissonnette, Bachelor of Science Honours. And a Simons Medal to Emily Cole Maddox, Bachelor of Arts Honours. Madam Chancellor, the Simons Award for Excellence in Teaching is presented annually to a member of faculty or staff chosen by a committee of students, professors and alumni. I now call upon Miss Valerie Podpollock to present Professor Geoffrey Ethorne for the Simons Award for Excellence in Teaching. Would Professor Ethorne please come forward?
As a student member of the Teaching Awards Committee of Trent University, it's a great honor to present Professor Geoffrey Ethorne with this award today. As you've heard, the Simons Award is a very prestigious award because it rewards teaching excellence in this great school that we've all attended. In order to explain why Jeffrey Eathorne meets the criteria in the purest sense of this award, I would like to share some comments from his students. As a
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, Madam Vice President, invited guests, and the graduates. I'm really very happy to have this opportunity to say a few words regarding the drum and to acknowledge the sound, the heartbeat of our Mother, the Earth. In our story, one of the things that we are reminded in our teachings about in the creation story, how the first sound that we hear is the sound of the heartbeat of our Mother, the Earth. Before we even emerge, when we come from that spiritual realm and come into the physical realm, as we are being molded and shaped inside the womb of our Mother, the Earth, that's the first sound that we hear, is the sound of the heartbeat of our Mother, the Earth, our Mother, where we are being shaped. And so, at this time, when there is a lot of unrest in the world, the Earth, our Mother, is asking us to listen to her heartbeat, to listen to the sound of the drum, as she calls her children home. For we have something in common. We all have the same mother, which is this planet, which is this Earth woman. And so at this time when she is making her stirrings throughout the world, whether it's through the weather, the changes that are happening to the Earth, the environment, she is coaxing her children, she is coaxing us and urging us to come home and to help her, to be with her, for we are all connected as human beings. And so join me in welcoming the Crazy River drum. Miigwech.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, and members of the graduating class. On behalf of Trent's 30,000 alumni and the Trent University Alumni Association, which represents them, I'd like to extend my congratulations to this year's graduating class. We are proud of your accomplishments and honored to be able to welcome you to the ranks of Trent alumni today. Trent's motto is Nunc cognosco ex parte, which is Latin for now I know in part. It's a profound statement that has far-reaching implications, but nowhere is the meaning more relevant than at Convocation. It speaks to the idea of lifelong learning, that no matter where you are or what you are doing, you're building upon the knowledge you have and while continuing to understand the world around you. You've no doubt learned much at Trent, and this learning has come in many forms. Perhaps it was a great lecture at Wenjack Theatre, a heated discussion in one of Champlain's seminar rooms, a simple walk through one of our many nature areas, or perhaps an unforgettable night in downtown Peterborough at the Pig's Ear. You'll take this knowledge with you as you encounter new challenges, but will also benefit from your new experiences. Of course, as Trent graduates, you will stand out. Our alumni have excelled and distinguished themselves in a number of diverse subject areas, be it science, business, government, music, athletics, teaching, writing, filmmaking, or research. Trent alumni have not only made a positive impact across Canada, but also across the globe. In fact, you only have to look at the Convocation program guide to see the influence of Trent alumni, as half of the honorary degrees being conveyed this year are being given to Trent graduates. So whether you've chosen to continue your education, enter employment, or take some time off to explore what life has to offer, I have no doubt that you will help continue to demonstrate that Trent alumni are some of the most talented, creative, influential, and dedicated university graduates. As you move forward, I encourage you to stay connected to the university and bring what you've learned back to Trent in some way. Keep in touch with a professor, share your experiences by mentoring future students, network with other alumni, participate in alumni chapter events in your community, and of course, get involved in the Alumni Association itself. The shared benefits to both you and those you connect with will be enormous. So once again, congratulations to all our graduates. Good luck in your future endeavors, and please stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. As we near the conclusion of the ceremony, let me again, on behalf of Trent University, thank you all for being here today. Our special thanks to the drum group Crazy River for presenting the honor song, and congratulations to all new alumni, including Dr. Wright. Congratulations also to those receiving special recognition this afternoon. Please, following this ceremony, join us for a reception in the Great Hall of Champlain College. It is the building bearing the flags of our international students that are graduating today. The procession will leave the stage following the singing of O Canada. I would ask that you remain standing until the procession has departed. Madam Chancellor, I call upon you now to dismiss Convocation.
This has been an absolutely glorious afternoon. The sun has come out, and I know that we're all anxious to get on to our wonderful celebrations and enjoying the rest of the day. I just would like to make a couple of observations, quick ones, is that Dr. Wright left us with an extremely important challenge, and it's not just for the graduates, it's for everybody here, including me sitting on the stage and listening to his wise words. This whole issue of narrative and the things that are stored in our head and the way we view society, the way we experience life, we learn things, but imagine if we did not write them down, if we did not communicate them in some form that could be repeated to somebody else. One great experience that I've had in life, as you know, was flying around the planet and looking at the planet from space. Coming back from space, everybody wants to know what it looked like. A few people are interested in the toilet, but most people want to know what the planet looked like, eh? So when we look out the window and we take these pictures and we bring them back and we put them up, people sort of say, oh wow, but they really want to know what it was like. They have the visual imagery, but they want an interpretation of it. They want to know. And so I try to, in my talks, I talk about that vast experience, the uniqueness of it, but try to interpret it in the changing world of today. So graduates, you've been thrown a wonderful challenge as well as everybody out in the audience, our family and support. And for the future, keep in mind that in that little head of yours are stored all the words of your life experience. And if you keep them locked up in there, that's where they'll stay. I now declare convocation closed. Thank you.
I'm going to check.
Fuck.